structure builds a universe. And that was great in a period of industrialization, in a period of growth, in a period where we just had creativity and let's just call it manufacturing abilities. But now we're in the year of 2025. That's a good quarter of a century away from what people were used to. And now we have another beautiful interpretation of what it feels like to be within this rat race in the middle of your age, your time, by one Park Chan-wook. If you know that, you know that already. It's a guy that's done Parasite. I believe he's done a couple of other movies. I've seen those movies. I am quite amused with what he brings to the table. This is a gentleman that has time and time pushed boundaries in terms of what we're meant to see. Meaning, simply, that yes, this is a story of a older middle-aged man trying to refine some kind of financing, some kind of stability for what is family, right? And while that premise definitely sounds very original and not at all nonfiction, it's how we dive deeper into it that really cements what it is that we're trying to see here. And again, the director, Park Chan, just knows what he's bringing to the table, and it's always quite like I wouldn't say a joy, because you're here trying to like be okay with yourself, but it's quite a spectacle. Let's call it a spectacle, positive or negative, where we see all these things sort of building up. We're given a baseline, we're given a sense of normality, we're given hope from the very beginning. And for all that to be slowly taken away, little by little, and what it means for the head of a whole household, or at least in a masculine, testosteronized brain, the idea of what do I do to provide for my family. And you'll notice too that not only is it showcased on the father's side, because you could easily stop there and just let it be, oh, the father has to figure things out. But again, any great story is filled with great supporting characters, and great supporting characters are simply those characters that reflect upon our main character, and it shows more of details of what they are, how they are, why they are influenced to be this way. And man, in a world as competitive as it is today, if you really think about just how dumb it is to be able to go to, I don't know, a McDonald's, apply, get put in a digital database, and be spat out as if nothing even mattered, or as if you weren't even, it's the whole Facebook scenario of, oh, look, there's all these people available. Man, I really can't choose this flavor of ice cream. Or so. Either though, it's incredible to think how deep they go into this. Because again, it's not just a head of the household. It's a head of the household, his right-hand woman, his young son, or in which case we'll soon find out, his nice son, and this young girl who is by all means necessary a prodigy genius. But again, having to really reflect on this kid has potential, and because of where we are at right now, me, the person, perhaps we may not be able to provide what this child needs. And to me, that's a terrifying thought. The idea that you could have so much potential within a mind, and then by circumstances do nothing with that. You couldn't support it, you couldn't fund it, you couldn't give it the right soil that it needed to grow. And like any relationship, it is all about soil, maintaining and providing, which I believe is the main reason why any male in any generation, whether it's lizard brain ingrained or whether it's this super highly competitive market that is being forced upon us by social media and all those worldwide comparisons, it's interesting. Relationships are one of the most difficult things to navigate, in my humble opinion. And I know chemistry, but it's the idea that even if you were to find someone who, in that timeline, in that moment, in that present, you would be able to reflect and grow and just invest in each other in this sort of supportive role that inspires growth, fondness, relationshipness, depending on what you're going for there. But it's within that very simplicity that more problems arise. As in that you are who you are right now. You feel what you feel. You think what you think, and you know what you know. But time has the valuable effect of completely changing everything. And that includes relationships. No two people are going to stay the same person for the rest of their lives. So the game, the juggle, right? The game becomes, how does one grow synonymously with the related person and help support that growth and help inspire or support or what they need be. Because unfortunately, one of the biggest lies in 2025, at least from my opinion, humble opinion, is marriage. The idea that you both decided to make it happen through better or worse, through sickness and health. And the idea that people of this generation actually have what it takes to handle that, or as I think about it, have this potential strength to actually support that relationship. Because we like to say that love is a thing and emotions are what drives us, but a lot of things have changed. So when you come up to a guy, or when you come up to a husband and you tell him, listen kid, you gotta cut you. It's just not in the budget. We can't have you, man. then yeah, a lot of things start to go within that brain. And within that brain, they say that an animal is most dangerous when it is cornered. So where we are at now, the kind of society we have built, the environment that we are now raising our children in, and the relationships that we have decided to build in this generation based on necessity rather than actual realization, in a humble opinion, has all put us at an interesting point in time. Some people call it recession. Some people call it the Dark Ages Part 2. Park Chan-wook calls it no other choice. So, what would you do? What would Jesus do? No, I'm kidding. So yeah, an interesting, very dive into what are we doing? Where are we headed? And is it really worth it? But in a very subtle and very fun manner. I do think some of the best aspects of Park's films are that he really knows how to drive up the intensity, the tenseness, the shock value, even if it's not something super alarming or adrenaline inducing in the scene. Everything building up to the moment and all that it implies for future moments is what really brings everything to the table and makes you tense up for the situation, because we know consequences, but what we don't know is how far are we willing to push it. And like his other movies, Parasite, and I'm pretty sure there's one that I can't even think about right now, but it's out there. Yeah, this one really adds a layer of complexity, but in a very almost Robin Hood sense. And I see that as the most ironic part of everything. The fact that in this generation, you can go through a film where a guy has to do what a guy's got to do to provide for his family, and you still come up at the other end of it going, damn, he was a good father. And that is the year of 2025. But hey, don't trip. 2026 is coming our way. So while number 6 is a very bad number in my book, I still think we'll have some fun things in the future. So I know the movie is not out yet. We had a beautiful evening where we were able to early screen it last night at the AMC's. And that was great. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. So once this film comes out, I believe next weekend or this weekend, highly recommend it. Again, if you've seen Parasite, if you've seen any of his other films, director Park Chan-wook, then yeah, you'll know what you're getting into. And it does have a slower build-up, but again, it's a very well done build-up of points that all come to make a universe, and that all become the symphony of our story or of our universe. So if that entices you, if that makes you think, whoa, it's time to get crazy, then hey, go check out No Other Choice. But hey, if you like that, if you like this, it's been your boy, EXP, wishing you buenos dias, buenas tardes, stay safe, take care of yourselves, go donate to a soup kitchen. It's Christmas.